Okay, let me start by thanking everybody for coming. For those who don't know me, my name is Negri Ward. I am the current CEO of Negri Bossi. I became involved with Negri Bossi in the May of 2014 and took my current role in September of that year. I think, as you all know, Negri Bossi is the leading supplier of injection molding machines in Italy, and as such is one of the leading suppliers in Europe, and in fact is a brand that is known throughout the world. It's been 3 years since the last K Show and more than 2.5 years since the change in ownership of Negri Bossi. And I would like to take this opportunity to bring everybody up to date with what we've been doing and to also give you some insight into what we're presenting at the K Show this year. In the last 2.5 years since the acquisition, Negri Bossi has grown on average annually at 24% per annum. We've increased our market share, and we believe that in percentage terms we have grown more than our major competitors. So how have we done that? Well, our traditional markets have been good for us, but clearly as a new owners and new direction, we've looked to invest in certain key markets. A good example of that would be the USA. In the USA, in the last 2.5 years, we've managed to more than double our turnover. In 2015, we opened our new subsidiary in Mexico. And our subsidiary in Mexico now works in conjunction with our North American subsidiary and our Canadian facility. And the synergy of these three groups, we believe, has begun to bear fruit this year. In addition to increasing our direct sales and service, in addition to obviously increasing our direct sales and service network, we have also in this period established a manufacturing facility in India. The products that we produce in India, they are purely for the local market, and it's nice for me to say that at this current moment in time, that the market demand for that product is outstripping our production capacity. We have also recently renewed our collaboration with our ex-owners, SACMI. SACMI historically for us, they have supplied large clamp units and large injection units. These units form part of our byproduct range. As I say, what we've done now is we have confirmed our ongoing collaboration, and in the process of doing so, we have extended and increased our manufacturing facility with them by an order of 6,000 square meters, and this is clearly to cope with the increased demand for the bipower product. So, onto our product range. For what concerns our product range, earlier this year we introduced our ST platform. Our ST platform goes from 70 to 500 tons. So in doing so, it covers both our EOS and our Cambio product lines. The ST product range is signified by the introduction of Tactus. Tactus is our full touch screen controller, and this is combined with servo hydraulic. This package has been applied, as I said, to our EOS and Cambio ranges, and as such, both EOS and Cambio ranges now come with increased performance, as well as reduced energy consumption and noise, reduction in ambient noise. I can also announce at the show this year that Janus, our premium product, hybrid performance platform, as of today will also come with the Tactus controller, and as such, remarkably enough, will come with the designation Janus ST. I believe that Negri Bossi offers one of the widest and most complete ranges of products. The products range goes from today 50 to 7,000 ton. It incorporates hydraulic, electrical and hybrid solutions, as well as multi-component and specialist applications. Okay, so let's move on to what we're doing at the show. At the show this year, we're introducing a completely new electric product for us, LE. This product has not been shown at any of our other exhibitions. It's the first time that this product is on view. The model we have here at the show is a 180-ton product. It's running a 4-impression in-mold labeled lid below 3-second cycle. It comes here at the show with our side entry robot and in-mold labeling system that comes from our sister company, Citrama. LA, the initial launch range for this product is 50 to 350 tons, but it is our plan during the course of this year to increase the product range, both in terms of tonnage and also the introduction of a multi-component platform. Okay, so the LA product, our new electric product, it comes with a new controller. This is our Tactum controller. Così. Is our Tactum controller, and Tactum is a multi-touch controller. So it comes with features such as swipe and scroll. As I said, the machine is completely new. So we've introduced here our Smart Flex 2 clamp unit, and this is a clamp unit that's been designed specifically for our electric product range. It won't be used on anything else. And as such, the toggle has been designed for the dynamics of an electric closing system. Okay, besides the introduction of our new electric product, which is available for sale now, we're also would like to show here at K a concept of what we're looking to do in the future, and this is our X concept platform. This concept will form the basis of a new generation of machines going forward. Yes.
We open the concept. Now we introduce the concept. Next turn. Sorry.
So the X concept platform. Here we have an 800 ton version. We actually have two clamp units here on show. The idea of the clamp unit, of our new clamp unit, is to have all the positive attributes of a traditional toggle in terms of performance, energy consumption, etc. Whilst competing with two platinum systems in such aspects as footprint and cleanliness. So to give you an example, as I say, we have two clamp units here. We have a 700 ton and an 800 ton clamp unit. The 800 ton clamp unit here shown has the physical characteristics of our current 1,000 ton range, our 1,000 ton product, sorry, in terms of tie bar space, mold opening stroke, maximum daylight, etc. But the clamp unit itself has a footprint smaller than that of our current 650. The 700 unit that we have here is similar. It has equivalent or superior physical specification to our current 800 ton product, but with a footprint inferior to that of our current 500 ton. If you take the time to have a look at our toggle unit, I think you will see that it's quite innovative. For example, if you look at our till stop, the way that we've designed our toggle system is such to reduce the component forces that are generated in the till stock. This allows us to design our till stock in a completely different way. It allows us to move around the mass of the toggle in a different way to improve the rigidity of the system and to give us exceptional physical specification. As you can see here, we have two locking units. One locking unit is hydraulically driven, the other is electrically driven. This concept has been designed in order that we can use both types of drive systems to give us flexibility going forward. So in the future, we will be able to offer these clamp units in both hydraulic, the machines themselves in hybrid, and the locking units themselves in electrical formats. The 800 ton that you see behind me, this comes with a new injection unit. Our new injection units are designed on strictly on a servo technology basis. Servo power packs are generally more compact, and you can see that as a consequence our bases are more compact, and this gives us improved accessibility to certain key areas of the machine. These injection units are designed in such a way to use the full benefits of servo power packs combined with things like regeneration, and this is allowing us to give our customers, we believe, greatly improved injection pressures and speeds for a given injection unit. In addition to the X concept machines here, next year is the 70th anniversary of this company, and as such we've made a small area where customers can look at the control of the past, our current controller, the Tactos, and also a new concept control of ours, which is motors. The idea of motors is we and our competitors have multi-touch as a physical platform, but we're not really using the full attributes that are available in such a multi-touch system. And motors is our attempt to basically develop a navigation and control system that is very intuitive to people. So we've chosen to take modern devices, specifically, let's say, smartphones, look at their architecture and the way that we drive them, the way that we navigate around our phones, and we use this as a platform to generate a Mortis, this new control project, which we have here available within our stand area. Okay, really, that's about as much as I would like to say. I'm quite happy to cover some questions from anybody. As I say, I'd just like to say that, you know, next year is 7 years for us. It gives me great pride to be part of this historic company and indeed this passionate team. I would like to wish everybody, and I mean everybody, also people on the other stands, a very successful show. I'd like to thank everybody for coming, and I'm ready to take questions. Yes?
Like the X unit itself, can you talk about the electric drives that you have on here as well? How many electric drives do you have governing the primary axes of motion?
Okay.
And where do you get the electric drives from?
Yeah. The first thing I would say is that X is a concept. So back at our place, we have additional models. So in terms of which suppliers we're using, we like any major machinery manufacturer, we have our suppliers. They come to us with new ideas. We test them and we see if they actually create value for our customers. So. As I say, X is a concept at the moment. So in terms of which suppliers we eventually go with, that in certain aspects is to be decided. On the clamp unit, on the larger clamp units, to get the forces required, we have to use two motors in synchronized. Once you are in this field where you synchronize the two motors, then it allows you to go to much higher tonnages, both on the clamps and in terms of the injection meats that go with them. So traditionally until now we've used one motor per axis, but this concept here, we've gone to two motors per axis to allow us to go to larger tonnage machines if and when our target market requires. Yeah, fast is always the difficult question. Now, because fast is based on toggle geometry and power installed, we have designed this system to be both hydraulically and electrically driven. We've tried two different installed powers on the electrical. One installed power will predominantly be for something like, let's say, automotive, where they want an exceptionally big clamp unit, or a small injection unit. With a small injection unit, you don't have the power pack to drive the clamp unit. And so what our competitors generally do is put an accumulator on close. Closing units with proportional valves aren't the best. Energy consumption with accumulators is even worse. So we've tested an electric solution which allows the clamp unit to be independent. Then we put very small injection units on it. And we've also proven the electric drive with a bigger installed power. Electric has the torque available immediately. You have a situation where with a hydraulic system, to cause a braking, you have to sort of both meter in and meter out the oil. You can get cavitation, things like that. So with an electric drive, you get a lot more instant power, and you have constant control of the acceleration and braking. So theoretically, you can drive the same for the same given toggle geometry. Theoretically, you can close faster electrically. We are not, at this moment in time, we are not releasing details on our dry cycle time for either the hydraulic or the electric. Sorry, any other? Come on, somebody who isn't American ask me a question. Everybody happy? Look, I'm here for... Yeah. Yes, the man in the... Yeah. Yeah, yes, but there is a... Yes, there is a...
Could you repeat the question?
Yes, there's a question here that's with the electric machine, our small electric machine. It's from 50 to 350 ton. It's after a very, let's say, specific market. We've seen electric machines have been in the market now for a long time. I'm trying to think how many years we've been in the electric market, but you know, we've had 3 other products in the market to sell 4th product. So the electric market has developed. It's starting to become clear which sectors of the market are interested in electric product, and it allows you to make quite a specific product for those markets. As machines get bigger, they become, let's say, a little bit more general purpose. And so in doing so, you do generate a toggle system which is has a, let's say, a wider range of application. So the question was, you put a specialist clamp unit on your small electrics, but your big machine, your new one, it's going to be electrically and hydraulically driven. Well, yes, it is, and as I say, the reason for that is on the bigger electric, on the bigger clamp units. Let's say we're looking at things where it's semi-packaging might require electric clamping, and we're talking about the installed power and the potential dry cycle times. Our general market will require a hydraulic clamping, and in specialists, let's say automotive, but not only automotive, but automotive is a good example. Things like light guides, where they have particularly big tools, complex tools with small shots. It allows us to put electric closing on and avoids the need to put accumulators on the clamp unit. Yes?
Can you tell us about a timeline for further development and when there might be an actual commercial launch of the machine?
Commercial launch of the machine. Good question. Why didn't I think you were going to ask that one? Yeah, as I say, X is a concept. So we're looking at it from a modular point of view, and when we launch, we won't launch X as a product in that sense. We'll use aspects of the X product to design, develop, and launch products. And that's why, as I say, we've looked at hydraulic closing, we've looked at electric closing, we've looked at a new generation of injection units with servos to go with it, but that won't be necessarily the only injection unit that goes with it. So we're also at this moment in time, as I say, highlighting and developing Motus, which is say a multi-touch gesture-driven controller. And out of all these things, products will start to come to market. I would suggest the first product that would come from the technologies that we've been looking at over the last 2 years. The first product will come in for Europe, will come in the last quarter of next year. And sorry for you guys in America, but generally you guys are about a quarter, 6 months behind.
Can you tell me the difference between that Tactum and that Motus controller?
Yes, as I said, Tactus is our current controller. It's a modern full touch controller, but what we're trying to do, which we don't believe is on the market at this moment in time. As I say, if you look at our Tactum and you want to turn the pages, you can turn the pages, you can scroll the pages with a gesture. If you look at some of our competition, if they have a graphics page, they can slightly zoom the graphics page. But that's about it. It's not really, as I say, we and our competitors have multi-touch hardware, but we've got to industrialize that. We've got to be able to bring that into an industrial market. It's not a smartphone. The consequences of using a smartphone badly are not the consequences of using a molding machine badly. So we started our project 18 months ago on Motus, and the idea of Motus is to really try and bring gesture control to injection molding machines. So we want to have a situation where we can put someone very young in front of our controller without giving them any advice whatsoever, and if they think they want to change the page to do that, it should do that. So that's the idea of Motus. Motus is not available now, and it won't be available for a considerable length of time, and that's not particularly down to us. It's down to technology partners that are in the industry. So we speak to them all. We have historically used one in particular, but in this instance, we've gone out to the market and spoke to everybody. And the restriction to have true multi-touch control isn't just with us. It's not how quickly we can design the pages on the controller. It's working in conjunction with our partners to develop also the software underneath that. So,
Seems like the biggest thing is this access control.
on Motus. On Motus, yeah. On Motus, we've gone. We're trying to patent this at this moment in time. We did our first touch screen controller a number of years ago on our electrical product. So we've learned quite a lot on touch screens. Yeah, when it comes to hand control, if you have a membrane, you can feel the membrane, and when people want to use the machine, they can look at the machine, they can feel the membrane, they can move it. When you go to a touch screen, people don't have that sensation, and it's something that's customers generally see as a slight disadvantage. You see many other advantages in the touch screen, and which outweighs, but it's still something that they don't like. With Motus, what we've come up with is we've come up with a control object, a virtual object, and in reality, this is a very big. At the end of the day, it's just a very big button, so you don't have to have the precision of your hand. On Tactus, we actually put grids down the side so people have a sensation of where their hand is to help this. What we're doing with Motus is we're making a big control pad, a big touch pad, and so you don't have to worry about particularly where your hand is. And then by the way that you gesture your hand, not only will it cause a movement, but it can also change the movement. So, for example, if you want, in a standard molding machine, normally when you open and close, now we don't go from button to button, we just go backwards and forwards with our hand and it opens. Once it's opened, if we change the direction orientation of our hand, we can actually eject. So we go close, we go open, we go eject the forward, eject the back, we go. So So this is one of the things that we're looking at on motors. It does actually work on our machine now. We have to make sure we can industrialize it. It's things like also the movement of our hand. If we move it slowly, the machine goes slowly. If we move our hand quickly, the machine goes quickly. So, but as I said, it works. It physically works on our prototypes at this moment in time. But we've got to make sure that it's industrialized and works correctly. So motors is a bigger, more sophisticated project in the industry. No? Can I have my cup of tea now? All right, great. As I say, thank you everybody for coming. Thank you everybody for listening. And as I say, I sincerely hope that everybody has a good show. All right, take care. Thank you.